Hey guys, I haven't made a video in a while, so here is a small update video. I did some maintenance recently and added a few more things, essentially. Some Rotella. I'm sorry, not Rotella, Ludwigia. I finally added that Ludwigia there. Kinda not too big of a fan of it, and it's kinda messy. And first of all, it's kind of a pain in the butt because it kept coming up out of the substrate when I was trying to plant it. I hacked this Rotella down. I did something different. The Rotella that I hacked down. Okay. Ignore any noises you hear in the background. My wife is still up. Yeah, anyways. So, the Rotella here that I cut, I replanted some of them just to see what would happen, because I was missing some pieces in this corner. Recently, I purchased a new light fixture. This Stingray LED fixture 2, Fenix Stingray 2 LED fixture, whatever you want to call it. It does look nice and bright. It's weird. It looks different on camera though than it actually looks in real life. Super bright though. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it or not. It was just essentially kind of like to try out the fixture. One of the joys of Amazon, you know, if you use it from to Amazon, you know, I haven't paid anything for it, so. But tank is super bright now. If I use my other fixture on here too, the tank gets even brighter. Let's see if you can tell any difference on here. Yeah, so you want crazy bright. Look at that. That would be too much light, but looks cool though. So, if you recall watching a video that I uploaded recently, I actually set up a tank for my dad, a little 10-gallon, about a month ago or something like that. Now, anyways, so I gave him some of my standard white clouds, and went back there to check on them recently. And I'm super jealous because they look awesome in his tank. Whereas in this tank, they look kind of dull compared to his. And I couldn't really figure out why. I'm guessing it has something to do with the temperatures. I think his tank is a bit more cooler than mine, which obviously white clouds thrive at. You know. His heating system is like different. It comes up through the floor, essentially. My heating comes into the vents, and there just happens to be a heating vent, unfortunately, right there. So half the heating vent is underneath the tank. So I notice it has an effect on it. I think the lighting has something to do with it too, because he has a Fenix Stingray 2 fixture, you know, kind of like the one I bought, but he has, you know, only like a 20-inch one or whatever, because it's a 10-gallon tank. Yeah, he has white sand. I don't know if that has something to do with it too or not, his particular setup. But anyways, it looked really cool there in his tank, and I'm kind of jealous, honestly, because I can't get mine to look that cool. I mean, they look kind of more like, actually with this super bright lighting with both lights on, they do have better colors. I noticed the cut must be something to do with maybe the color spectrum as well. Because look at that, look at the colors on them now. look awesome. So I'm down to whatever amount of gold white clouds that I had. I think it's around 24. Then I have 7 of the standard ones. I gave him 6 of my fish. Unfortunately, in between all that, I happened to lose 2 of them. I'm not gonna go into how I lost them. They didn't like die or anything like that from acclimation or whatever, but yeah, essentially I lost them. Partially to my own stupidity. So yeah, that's about that's what's going on. After I saw his tank, you know, his white clouds, I got super jealous. I almost okay, so in relating to that, I've had this tank set up, as you guys know, for a long time. I've had the same fish in it, so I've been kind of sort of ready for a change, to change things up a bit. So I considered completely tearing down the tank, adding new lighting, and adding new white sand like he has in his tank, kind of pretty much setting up the tank like his tank looks. And then getting rid of all the golden white clouds and adding about 15 more of the regular ones and seeing how that looks. But I don't know if I want to do that or not yet. If they look like this, you know, they look like this all the time, then that might be kind of worth it. Come on, focus. Look at that. They look pretty sweet. So the golds though too. Speaking of the golds, now you notice how some of them are kind of deeper colored golds is another. Now look at that one. Look at some of these other ones. Now it's interesting because that is an indicator of where I got them from. Because I noticed the original golden white clouds that I got from the LFS have a bit of a darker color to them, and then the ones that I got about 8 months later from Aquahuna are a bit lighter. They both, I mean, obviously look really similar though, but like look at this one. Now look at this one. It's kind of crazy. I'm not really sure why that is. This has something to do with the particular strain, you know, that I got them from. Well, the cherries are out. Doing pretty cool. Doing pretty good, I should say. Yeah, these fish look awesome under this super bright lighting, but that would be too much light for this tank. I'd probably have to start injecting CO2. Yeah, as you guys know, I've had this tank for a long time. I've had it for 3 years now, but I've had it set up for 2 years basically like this. Excuse me. So I had been considering just going with a new tank setup, like a 55 gallon or a 40 breeder. But I don't really have the money for that. Well, a 55 gallon wouldn't be so bad, but I don't want to do the maintenance on a taller tank. I don't. But the water volume will be super nice. That could be part of the thing too, with my dad's tank, why they look better. Less better water chemistry with less fish. You know, he has a 10-gallon tank and there's only 6 fish in it, so their water could be really pristine. You know, my my water chemistry is probably not that great. I mean, granted, I don't really have any problems, but with less bio load, obviously. I feel like it's probably better, obviously. Could have something to do with it. I don't know. So, a 40-gallon breeder or a 55-gallon would give me more room to work with, so to speak. Because if I only had, you know, these guys in a 55-gallon or something, this amount of fish, that'd be a lot of extra room. Water volume wise, and it would be good for the overall water parameters, whatever that word is. I do love this tank though. It's been my pride and joy for like 3 years. It's like anything else, I like to kind of change things over time, but you know, it's kind of like I do and I don't. First of all, the only reason I would really want to change it, honestly, is because of you can stock more fish, obviously, in a tank with more volume. Other than that, I wouldn't change anything. So I love this tank as it is. I wish I could find a tank like this that is 48 by 18 by 12. That would be cool. That'd be a 45-gallon tank and there'd be more depth. But they don't make those for some reason. Also, it's something I was thinking about the other day. Why don't they make tanks that are... So, they have 38-gallon tanks, which are 36 by 12 by 20. Then they have the 30 long, which is 36 by 12 by 16. Why don't they make a 36 by 12 by 12 tank? That'd be kind of interesting. It would be essentially like a 20 long with an extra 6 inches on it. Giggity. Obviously, you can make like a custom sized tank, but I haven't really done that. I don't know if I really trust companies. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Any thoughts or opinions or suggestions what I should do. Another thing I forgot to mention is I thought about maybe if I do tear down this tank and restart it, I thought about maybe completely just doing only crypts and this Rotella. That's it. Rotella, Crypt Wenity, Valency, and what other crypts I can get my hands on, and that's it. Easy tank. So yeah. On another note, it's kind of crazy out. So I noticed the tank looks different after I trimmed the Rotella here. I gotta start keeping it more trim because it goes way up ridiculously, curls over. Obviously, I had a taller tank, it wouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, it's one of the things I kind of don't really care for about stem plants is the upkeep for them. Rotella is different for me. I mean, because it's kind of easy to upkeep. But yeah, like this Ludwigia. First of all, I don't know if it's grown or not. I also yeah, not really a huge fan of it. It's kind of a pain in the butt, like I said. Yeah, I think that's it. It's time for me to go to bed. So, I rambled on long enough. Alright. Let me know what your guys' suggestions are, or comments, or anything like that. Peace out.